What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to episode 4 of Off the Grill. And this week, honestly, we have a lot of news to update you guys on. Nothing like super crazy, but just kind of a bunch of different random things that happened this past week. So without further ado, let's hop right into it. All right, guys, so first off, we have the Washington Commanders signing Von Miller to a one-year deal. I didn't see how much it was worth. I just saw that it was a one-year deal, and he is going into year 16, I believe, or something like that. Year 15, somewhere down the line. And this might be his last stop if I had to guess. He didn't start last season with the Bills, but he was a good piece of that defense. But going over to the Commanders, that's another young team that wants to win, and I think it's a good situation for him. We'll just see what happens. Mike Williams retires, so Mike Williams calls it quits. Obviously dealt with lots of injuries throughout his career. Kind of sad to see, especially since he didn't really have that good of a year last season on the Jets. The biggest thing I remember from the Jets last season was Aaron Rodgers blaming him for a drop that was just a bad throw. It just wasn't a good year for the Jets in general, but he did come back to the Chargers this offseason, but then got put on the PUP list and he's just gonna hang it up. I mean, he's retiring at the age of 30, which is still pretty young for a wide receiver after only 8 seasons. But at the end of the day, I don't blame him for doing this because I feel like all of his potential just kept getting cut short by injuries and injuries and injuries. So hope Mike Williams has a good rest of his life. Steelers re-signed TJ Watt to a 3-year, $123 million contract extension, so they do make it official. Hey, man, good for them. I was kind of hoping there was going to be some drama there, especially going into the season, because let's be real, TJ Watt is more valuable than any random quarterback they bring on. But they do get it done, and they do bring him back to a mega contract extension. The Seahawks go ahead and release Noah Fant. And this obviously is a bummer. The expectation that Noah Fant had being drafted in the first round with TJ Hawkinson. They were both very, very good tight end prospects. Noah Fant just has not panned out in the NFL so far, and not on the Seahawks. I thought maybe he might flourish in Seattle, but he didn't there either. So rookie Elijah Arroyo, I'm so sorry, I'm so bad with names. Arroyo is going to be the starter going forward. He was drafted in the second round, and we'll see what he has next season with Sam Darnold. Will Levis is officially out for the season. What are the Titans going to do without their guy, without their QB1? But in all seriousness, he's going to undergo shoulder surgery and not play at all this season. So there goes the Titans backup. And then our last news story, we finally have somebody advocating for the return of the Redskins name. And you know what? I take that back. We don't finally have somebody. We did have people that were calling for this. And guess what? They're Native American people. They literally want the name to come back. Now Trump just decided to go ahead and threaten the team by shutting down their new stadium plans that they have if they don't change their name back to the Redskins. I think here's the two things with this news story. I think there's more prevalent things going on in the world right now and in the country that our president should be concerned about. But I do respect the initiative. I think it's bullshit that they did change the name. And honestly, they should just change it back to Washington Football Team. That is the most elite name of all time. All right, guys, America's favorite segment, this week's Random Player of the Week is going to be Brian Hartline. Now, he fucking hated me as a 12-year-old. Now, let me expand on that story. So I chose Brian Hartline because, A, he's a random player in NFL history, but also when I was like 12 years old or 11 years old, I remember being at my grandparents' house super bored and watching football, and I wanted to make a fake account. I came up with this idea to make a fake account for an NFL player, which people do all the time, and it's fucking annoying. But I'm just like 11, 12 years old. And so I decided I'd do a quarterback because I knew the most about quarterbacks, but I didn't want to do like one of the mainstream quarterbacks because it's just so obvious that you're not them. So I did Josh McCown because he didn't have an Instagram account, and it actually kind of gained traction. And then I remember Brian Hartline either DM'd me or commented on one of the posts and was basically like, "You're a fucking poser. You have no life. Go get a life and stop posing." Dude, it was the craziest thing ever. I think I shut off the Instagram account like right away because I had an NFL wide receiver absolutely toasting me. And he was on the Browns at this point, so he was Josh McCown's receiver, and he was sticking up for him. But I was like 11 years old. But it's all good, man. No hard feelings. Brian Hartline, you are this week's Random Player of the Week. Congratulations. All right, guys, today's viral video of the week does not actually include any player in the NFL. I just thought this video was hilarious.
That's why I quit watching football.
This guy genuinely might be onto something here, so let me play this back for you.
That's why I quit watching football, because of the innuendo of homosexuality that is hitting within football. A whole bunch of men bending over, showing their butt, while the quarterback goes to the center and put his hand right next to the butthole of the center. The center hikes the ball. The ball
does do
looks
that.
like
He does do
a
that.
sphere of poop. The ball looks like poop, right? He says, "Hud, that's what you be doing. You be straight and getting that poop out, right?"
Okay. How is that gay exactly?
And throws it to the wide receiver and hands it to the running back. Why gotta be a running back? Because there's always gonna be some rainbow coalition stuff when you dealing with these games.
Bro, he might have a point. I mean, to be honest, why would a player like Caleb Williams get drafted first overall? This dude might actually have a point. All right, guys, it is circle jerk time, and this week we got some bangers. This is an NFL Twitter interaction where Pat Surtain got low-broed by a fan. This fan said, this is kind of a long thread, I'm sorry, but it's hilarious. Pat Surtain said, "The road to glory is so fake. How you drop down 3 stars because you're not going to score a 50-yard touchdown." And then this guy replied and said, "You don't know college recruiting." And then this dude told Pat Surtain, "You don't know none about no recruiting. Who is that? I play Baldo, so I know how that recruiting shit go, LMAO. Defensive Player of the Year. Bro just told Defensive Player of the Year that he has no idea how college recruiting works. One of the funniest tweets I've ever seen. But yeah, hey man, honestly, respect. Respect. This dude said he doesn't even know him. And to be fair, like Pat Surtain, I feel like was one of the most underhyped Defensive Player of the Years, like in recent memory. Like I this offseason, I find myself being like, oh yeah, Pat Surtain was Defensive Player of the Year. That happened. But it just wasn't really hyped up. So honestly, I don't blame him. Yeah, the Saints are very, very good at negotiating with players, able to get really good deals out of them because their cap situation right now, obviously, they need to save a little bit of money. They signed him on a fully guaranteed $10.80 contract, which, you know, at pick number 40, I guess that's a good deal. But yeah, congratulations to Tyler Shugg, and I hope he balls out for the Saints next season for sure. Yeah, so if you guys haven't seen Love Island, congratulations. But I did watch it with my girlfriend a little bit, a couple episodes here and there, and this girl exactly exemplifies what is wrong with Huda in Love Island. And Travis Hunter, man, I don't know what he's doing, but he should have never married this woman. I'm sorry. All the red flags that we saw, you know, previously at the Heisman celebration, and he still married her. But she already uploaded a video where she's crying. I think they got married like 2 days ago. I could be wrong, maybe a little longer, maybe like a week ago. But yeah, pretty unfortunate. I just hope that she doesn't suck him dry for all he's got. All right, guys, that's all I have for you this week. Thank you guys so much for watching, and leave a like if you guys like the video. Subscribe if you guys haven't already, and I will see you guys later this week with another video. Thank you guys so much for your support, and I'll see you guys later. Thanks.